Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Abhijit Ganesh, your favorite host. Today we'll be going through how to, work with the data on Kubernetes community, etc., etc. Of late, I've been hearing a lot of requests to explain how to work with the community. And to be very honest, there has been a lot of new changes and I couldn't reply to every single one of you personally, so I'm really sorry. Now, with that being said, we have a new change. You need to take a look at this. So here we are at some website. You might not be very familiar with it. So this website is called the Explorers World website, all right? This is the website through which we'll be submitting new reports to our challenges. Now, the idea to this is basically in the DoK community, we are going to approach every major problem as a challenge. And to do that or to solve that, we'll have a challenge scenario, which I'll be making here in the Killacoda page. Let me get you Killacoda, killacoda.com/Abhijit. So if you go to killacoda.com, it's okay. Oops. So if you go to killacoda.com itself, you should be able to see most of my data coming up. So if you go to Killacoda, my name comes up, so you need not worry. Now, I have created scenarios for Helmet, Kubernetes, Postgres cluster, Postgres operator, etc. Right? Now, the thing is this: every time we go through a challenge, we'll create a scenario like this, and you can learn through it. I've created a whole walkthrough for the website also, which I'll be deep diving into right now. Hello everyone, here we are at the Explorers World website where we'll be, submitting reports. The contributors will be submitting their reports through this portal. I'll be giving you a brief walkthrough of this website and how you can use them. It's going to be a very simple process, so you need not worry. Let's get started. So here, my face is probably hiding this, but here there should be a button which says access profile. Access profile is basically login, but access profile also means to access your profile. So let's click on access profile. Here there are multiple options, right? If you want to log in with a magic link, you can use this. You can reset your password, and you can sign up with us by setting a username for yourself, having an email and a password. The username will be used for a future feature where you can list your profile and other contributors, other people in general, not just contributors, can see your profile, appreciate the work you've done throughout the community, and understand what you've learned through as such. So this could be the GitHub of your data on Kubernetes work. So that'll be a future feature coming soon. So I'm using sign up with Google for this case. Um, Sign up with Google. Let's go in. So here I've already, set my username, so I need not do this. But you need to send a username to have your profile, listed in the public directory. Without a username, you'll not be in the public search directory in the future. So you are requested to have a username. If you don't want to be in public, you can obviously select the tick box off and not have a username at all. So that is there too. Um, Submit a new report is a way through which you'll be submitting a report. So let's say DOK school testing and HTTP is dokc.github.io. So you can put in your code title here. This will be, if you're more creative, you'll get brownie points. Here in the description, you can explain what's the process of the challenge, what you went through, your feedback about it, etc. And here, either you can put your Killacoda link, which will be your creator profile according to Killacoda, or you can send in your GitHub repo with all the shell commands which you've implemented in Killacoda, and we'll review them, send in your swag, or mention you in our LinkedIn profile, or both of them, or even probably in a future meetup in the OK days, we'll be talking about all of this. So you might be featured there too. So now once I haven't submitted this report, but let's say I have. Now let's go to your reports. All your reports get stored in our database. So one of the previous reports I've done is DOK school, and this is about the DOK community. You can see the school report, and this is how the website basically works.
You need not take a lot of trouble around it. So it's a pretty simple interface. You can work with it. So that's yeah, that's it from our end. You can keep sending your cool reports as you progress with the challenges. If you see here, we already have spoken about a challenge of the cloud native 3G, which we'll be covering again in a deeper way. And when the other challenges come, they'll be listed here, which you can obviously look into. And as your contributions increase through a day, you'll be having a contributed heat map just like how you have in GitHub. So stay tuned and make your profile now.
Okay, cool. Now, I hope you like the website. And with that being said, I also made a walkthrough for the whole killer quota process, and we'll deep dive into that right now.
Now we're here at Kilakura, the website, the interactive environment itself is still in the beta phase. So there might be a bit of bugs here and there, but let's work with the profile itself, right? So Kilakura is an interactive environment where we can execute our Kubernetes commands. It is an alternative to Katakura because Katakura has been shut down. So now we can use Kilakura. So to do that, I've already come up with an environment where we already have help. I'll be adding the link in the description so that you can have easy access. We'll be adding all of the links to the dokc.github.io, which will be our center of open source. Through this website, you'll be able to find the link to the Explorers World website, to the Kilakoda environment which we have created, and so on. For every challenge, we'll be having our own environment which we'll be creating. So you need not worry about creating the environment. But if you want to be someone who's adventurous, you can work with this empty environment because here we don't even have Helm installed in this step. You can use something like this, which we'll be providing. And with this environment, you can create your own installation of Helm, add your own repository or add your own chart, install it, and work with it. So you might be wondering, what if I am not able to access the link? So the link here, you can copy it and try pasting it in an incognito tab. And here too, once you're authorized, once you've logged in, it'll allow you to access this and you'll be able to code. So let's get started here. So if I type Helm, it would say Helm doesn't exist. Whereas if I click on start and go to the next tab, the Helm script automatically runs and it'll install Helm for us. And now we'll have Helm. So as most of you might have heard, Helm is the most popular, Kubernetes package manager, as they call themselves here, Kubernetes package manager. You can work with Helm and probably install all kinds of charts, though you are forbidden from using crypto miners and all of those stuff. You can learn almost everything in Kubernetes here. And our challenges will guide you through. Now, you need not worry about a complete environment. It's already set for you. You don't even have to worry about installing dependencies that is being taken care by us and our team. You don't have to worry about, submitting your reports. Just copy this link if you're a creator. I'll be explaining the creator process in a bit in this video itself. If you want to send this as a GitHub shell command, you can. I'll show you how that works. So if I go to github.com/Ganesh Kilakora scenario, here if you see in Helm Kubernetes, I'll have something called step one and installer shell. This is the shell command which we ran here. If you can see, this is the same thing which we ran. So you can obviously add in all of your uh, commands which you run in a shell file like this and send in the GitHub link of this shell file to us as a raw file, which you can copy the link here and send it to us in the repo. And we'll be able to evaluate it by running all of this in the Kilakoda environment, and we'll be able to verify it. So the whole process is smooth. The bare bones idea is that you're given a Linux environment to run a cloud or a simulation of a cloud environment, and you'll be able to learn how to work with Kubernetes. There are a lot of options to learn Kilakoda itself, and one of them will be our examples and our series of challenges. So this is a golden time for you to stick to it and understand how it works. So yeah.
With that being said, I hope you liked all the walkthroughs. We at the Data on Kubernetes community are set to learn a lot of things, But if you're someone who's not into data on Kubernetes also, I'll be creating other Kubernetes and cloud native tools here. I'll be creating scenarios for them and we'll be walking through it. So if you're someone who's entirely new into the cloud native world, you know absolutely nothing about it. Okay, now these are the things you need to learn, right? First things first, the approach to the situation will go through something like this. You can learn about Kubernetes from the official documentation in a certain way. To understand Kubernetes, you need to understand the components first, then the Kubernetes API and the objects, etc. So you can go through this first, and in the subsequent videos, I'll explain what can be done, how you can approach them, how to understand Kubernetes in a more